Okay, we're going to have a look at making a fractal Christmas card that should look something like this. So this is a pretty advanced version, which has quite a few boxes and little bits cut. You can make them a little bit more simple, like this one, if you can see that with the light. So it should look a little bit like a Christmas tree when it's opened out, but it's mostly made of this fractal pattern. So this is actually sort of Sierpinski's triangle, so it's something else you can look up if you like. To make it, it's quite simple. You will need a ruler, a pencil, and some scissors, and that's about it. So we start with a piece of paper. So you need to fold your paper in half. It's pretty easy to start with, so we fold it in half, like this. So what I'm going to do next is measure this distance and find the halfway point. Okay, so if I measure it and I then half it, I get to about there. So I put a little dot on the top to mark a half. Next, I'm going to measure down my page. So the crease is at the top, and I'm going to measure down and draw a line that's a tiny bit less than a half. Okay, so there you go. I've drawn myself a line. It's a little bit less than halfway. So down this line, I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut down here. So if I cut down there, I get something like this. Still with the fold at the top. So it's open at the bottom, but a fold at the top. Then I'm going to fold down half of my bit of paper. So there we go, folded in half like this. So this is the trickiest part. What we want to do is reverse this fold. So if you've ever done any origami, that will make sense and be easier. But what you need to do is you kind of open it out again. And this one, instead of kind of folding on the outside, we want it to fold inside the paper. Okay, so we're going to open it out and sort of push this part through. This. So it ends up, so it's folded inside like this, inside. Okay, so it's quite tricky to do, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So it's sort of like a concertina, like a fan. So it was open out like this, but what we want to do is push it out and kind of fold this in. So it's going to fold the opposite way around. Okay? Alright, so this is a fractal pattern. So what we did was we found half and then went half down. So we're going to keep doing that. So we're going to measure across here, find the halfway point, draw a line that's half, and cut down it. Okay? So we're going to measure, find about half, and put a little point like we did before, and then I'm going to measure like the step, so not the whole way down, because that's going to give me the same measurement as before. Instead, I'm only measuring this part and then finding half. So if I measure this part, it's about 7-ish centimetres. So again, we're going to go halfway less a little bit, so about 3.5, maybe more like 3.4 centimetres. I'm going to make my line. Okay. So we go, I've got 3.4 there. So the next part, I'm going to use this same distance, the 3.4, and this time I'm going to draw it along this one. So I'm going to go halfway. So if I measure it and I put a dot, halfway is about there, about there. So then I can draw a straight line down that is about 3.4 centimetres. Okay. So both of these lines are the same length. Okay. So now I'm going to cut again. So I'm going to cut down here and cut down here. Okay. So now I've got these cut pieces. So my trick with this is you always want to imagine it makes a staircase. So to make a staircase, this part will have to fold. try and make it as straight as I can. And this part will fold down. So hopefully you can see that it means it's kind of like a staircase. Okay, so I don't want to fold this one because it wouldn't look right, right? That would no longer be like a staircase because it would go down again. So you want these staircase folds. So then we're going to do the same thing we did before. So I'm going to reverse this one and put it inside. So I'm going to push it so it goes inside my paper and makes my staircase. Now this one at the end's a bit trickier because I've got two. So what I'm going to do is kind of break them apart. Then this one I'll fold in. And this one I'll fold in. So do them in two separate parts. Okay, so then what you're looking for is it's like a concertina going up and down, up and down. Alright, so from there you repeat everything all over again. But already you can start to see it's sort of making the right kind of shape. Oh, my fold's gone a bit funny there. It's sort of making the right kind of shape. So it's like a pyramid of boxes. But what you want to do is carry on going, okay? So we measure halfway and draw a line that's a bit less than halfway. So measure halfway and draw a line that's a bit less than halfway. There we go. Then remember this distance is the same everywhere. So I'm not measuring down again. That stays the same. So I keep putting that little line halfway and halfway and halfway. So the reason that's staying the same is I kind of want all my steps to be about the same. So I want all the steps in my staircase to be about the same. So this gets more and more tricky because you are cutting through more and more boxes, and every time you are a little bit inaccurate, it's going to show more and more. Okay, so mine's not very good because I did it very quickly to show you. So mine is probably not going to be particularly accurate. So we do the same thing. So I cut all these lines and I'm folding it down, I'm folding it down, I'm folding it down. I can already see this one's not very good. Okay, so look, it makes a staircase again, so that's what we're looking for. It's the right shape. So now I have to go through and reverse all these folds. So this takes quite a lot of patience sometimes. So you have to go through one by one, reversing everything. And reverse the next one. Where are we? Down here. Reverse the next one. And reverse the next one. So you see I'm kind of pushing it through. When they get smaller, it's quite a bit easier to just push it through. And if you get stuck, remember that you're kind of like every other one you're pushing down. So you're going concertina that one in, and concertina that one in, and concertina that one in, and concertina that one in. It's also easier if you nails poke them in. Okay, so if I wanted, I could stop here, because when I open it out, it does sort of look Christmas tree-ish, or at least it makes the right shape. Or if I wanted to, I could choose to carry on going and keep on repeating the same pattern over and over again. And it does look pretty cool when it gets really intricate and really tiny. So when I've done this, what you're going to do is put glue all on here and then take a red bit of paper, stick it to it. It's like a card that will open out, so that you'll end up with one like, oh, upside down, one like this. Okay, with the red card behind, then it will stand up. And what you can do is decorate it, put Merry Christmas on it if you want to, so that when they open it up, they see this cool pop-out Christmas tree thing.